Rangers, today's news is massive. Steven Gerrard appointment at Rangers given Ferguson backing after surprise twist. A big investment update at new multi-million twist at Ibrox. And Celtic and Rangers officially end away fan lockout as Barry Ferguson to be backed by punters at Parkhead in first derby. Chris Sutton reveals what he said to new Rangers man to make him angry, and James Tavernier is set for his 500th Rangers game. Stay tuned, there's plenty to unpack, and you won't want to miss a second of it. This is a big one, no doubt about it. The idea of Steven Gerrard returning to Ibrox is one that will split opinion. On one hand, he was the man who delivered title number 55, the one who stopped Celtic from winning 10 in a row and brought the feel-good factor back to Rangers after years of frustration. On the other, his departure left a sour taste as he jumped ship to Aston Villa mid-season when the club was still in contention for silverware. Now, with Rangers looking for a new long-term manager, Gerrard's name is right at the top of the list once again. Barry Ferguson, in the meantime, has stepped in and kicked things off in style with a strong comeback win against Hibernian. But let's be honest, will he be given a real shot at making the job his own? Or is this just a temporary fix until the club secures a high-profile appointment? The likes of Issame Sharai and even Sean Dyche have been mentioned, but Gerrard's connection to Ibrox makes him the obvious favourite. His managerial record is a mixed bag, brilliant with Rangers, but underwhelming at Aston Villa and Al Ettifaq. The big question is, has he actually improved as a manager since leaving Glasgow? Then there's the elephant in the room, the potential takeover by the 49ers enterprises. If they come in and put their stamp on the club, will they want their own man in charge rather than someone with past ties to Ibrox? Rangers cannot afford another misstep in the dugout, not after the Clement and Beale disappointments. Would you welcome Gerrard back, or did the way he left burn too many bridges? This is exactly the kind of financial boost Rangers need, but let's not kid ourselves. £3.6 million is a drop in the ocean compared to what's truly required to take the club to the next level. It's a positive step, but if Rangers want to properly challenge in Europe, upgrade Ibrox, strengthen the squad, and dominate Scottish football, then the real game changer has to be the proposed takeover by the 49ers enterprises. Issuing new shares is a standard move, and it's good for stability, but let's be honest, how far does that money really go? Will it be used for recruitment, infrastructure, the academy, or is it just a way to balance the books? Rangers are in a position where serious investment is needed, not just to compete with Celtic domestically, but to push beyond the group stages in European competition. The talk of the 49ers' involvement is exciting, but time is of the essence. Celtic have had an uncontested financial advantage for too long, and while they've wasted plenty of it on average players, they still have the upper hand when it comes to resources. Rangers need major backing, not just another financial sticking plaster. Would you trust the current Rangers board to properly invest in the squad, or is the 49ers takeover the only real hope of bridging the financial gap with Celtic? Well, after years of bickering, excuses, and Celtic doing everything in their power to avoid it, the away fan lockout is finally over. Rangers supporters will once again be inside the pigsty, ready to roar Barry Ferguson's side on in his first derby as boss, and you can bet every single one of them will make themselves heard over that lot. This whole situation has been a farce since 2018. Let's not forget why we got here in the first place. Rangers cut their allocation after years of filling the Broomloan stand with a sea of green, only for Celtic to throw their toys out of the pram. Instead of taking their reduced numbers and dealing with it like every other away support in the league, they went for full-blown retaliation. First, they slashed the Ibrox allocation, then they went even further and refused to take tickets at all, hiding behind safety concerns while welcoming thousands of other away fans without an issue. Now, after seasons of Celtic trying to duck and dive their way out of letting Rangers fans into their ground, those safety concerns have miraculously disappeared. Amazing how that works, isn't it? The timing is interesting too. Maybe they finally realized that blocking Rangers fans wasn't going to stop them from getting embarrassed on the pitch. 4% of capacity is better than nothing, but let's be honest, it's still a shadow of what it used to be. This derby was at its best when there were thousands of away fans creating that electric, hostile atmosphere that made the fixture the biggest in world football. Now it's been reduced to a fraction of what it once was, all because Celtic couldn't handle the thought of Ibrox rocking on Derby Day while their lot was stuck in the corner, overwhelmed and outnumbered. The real question now is, will this actually last? Or will Celtic come up with another excuse the next time they lose at home and try to shut it down again? Chris Sutton talking nonsense about Rangers again. What a surprise. This time, he's trying to wind up Neil McCann, and by the sounds of it, he's done a good job of it. But let's be honest, McCann's fiery personality is exactly what this dressing room needs. For too long under Philippe Clement, it felt like Rangers players were being wrapped in cotton wool. No matter how poor the performance, the post-match interviews were filled with excuses and forced positivity. But football is about honesty, and sometimes a squad needs to hear the harsh truth. McCann won't sugarcoat things. If a player isn't pulling his weight, he'll know about it. That's the kind of attitude that wins titles and turns around seasons. And let's not forget, McCann knows exactly what it means to wear the Rangers jersey. He's been through the battles, he's lifted silverware, and he's played in the kind of high-pressure matches that separate the real winners from the pretenders. That kind of experience, combined with Barry Ferguson's leadership, could be the spark this squad has been crying out for. As for Sutton, his obsession with Rangers knows no bounds. He can't go a week without trying to stir the pot. But here's the thing, his opinion doesn't matter. What matters is that Rangers got the job done against Kilmarnock, and with a massive Europa League tie against Fenerbahce on the horizon, McCann's no-nonsense approach could be exactly what pushes this team to the next level. Is this exactly the kind of passion and fire Rangers have been missing in the dugout since Steven Gerrard left? James Tavernier, 500 games for Rangers. That's a milestone few ever reach, and love him or criticize him, there's no denying his impact on the club. From the championship days to title number 55, from European heartbreak to record-breaking goal tallies, his Rangers journey has been nothing short of remarkable. Let's be clear, Tavernier has given everything to Rangers. When he arrived in 2015, few could have predicted he'd go on to become one of the most influential players in modern Rangers history. His attacking numbers are unheard of for a defender, a right back with over 100 goals. That's not just good, it's historic. He's led the team on unforgettable European nights, lifted trophies, and been a crucial part of bringing Rangers back to the top of Scottish football. Yet despite all of that, he's always been a divisive figure. The questions over his captaincy, the doubts over his leadership in the toughest moments, and the criticisms of his defensive lapses, they've never gone away. Some feel he's not the vocal take-no-prisoners leader that Rangers demand, while others see him as a legend in his own right. Now, with Barry Ferguson at the helm, Tavernier has another chance to prove he's still the man to lead Rangers forward. Will he be remembered as a true great, or will history judge him as a player who was brilliant going forward, but never quite had the mentality of past Rangers captains? If you haven't seen yesterday's video yet, you're missing out. Explosive news about Rangers that'll leave every fan stunned. Go check it out now.